Hi, I'm Dulcie Crawford with the Dulcie Crawford Group, and today I wanted to cover a subject that I think is super important and very interesting to a lot of people that are interested in real estate today, and that is web portal searches and their information and the data that they share with the consumers. And their data can be accurate and inaccurate at the same time, and it can cause a lot of confusion and misleading information. And I found a lot of my buyers and sellers I talk with sometimes get misleading information from these portals, and I have to redirect or figure out how to prove to them that sometimes that information is incorrect. I really want my clients to work with the most reliable data because that's going to allow us to be more successful in our buying and selling of real estate. So today I wanted to cover, say, the examples of going on the internet for a search, right? And as a consumer, you're going to be looking for one of two things. As a buyer, you're looking to buy homes that are available, right? And that are supposedly in ER status, meaning available. A realtor says ER, but for a consumer, it's available without offers. And as a seller, most of the sellers are looking for home value, right? They want to know what the value of their home is, what's the neighbor's home just sold for, how many days on market, what are the stats. And so there's some misleading information on both sides. And so I want to go into that today because I think it's super important. So Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, Trulia, all these portals are big web portals. They get a lot of the data fed to them from the MLS, which is a multiple listing system that we as realtors have legal access to on the back end, the private end, right? And now the government has allowed that data to be released out to these private web companies, portals, that use it on a consumer basis, that information, giving that information out to you, such as Zillow. Zillow is the biggest portal out there, so I'm going to use Zillow as our example today. And so if you're going on to Zillow as a buyer, you're going to be searching, and especially in a very hot seller's market that we're in right now, you're going to be looking for available properties. You're not really going to want to make a lot of offers on homes that have already taken offers, right? If they already took an offer, it's not a good chance that you're going to get your offer accepted. So the majority of stuff that Zillow has on the internet is going to show and see status, and a lot of my consumers don't understand that. They think the house is available for sale, but it's not. They've already taken an offer. Zillow doesn't explain that to you because they just want as many consumers and people searching on their portals as possible because that's how they make their money. So they're not really honest about what's available and what's not available. So we constantly have to clarify which ones are available, which we're happy to do, and we get status checks for our consumers all the time. I'm a Zillow Premier agent. I get lots of requests for this on a daily basis. As a seller, you're going to be looking for home value, right? Home value, you want to know what the value of your house is worth. So there's a lot of misleading information out there, again, about these homes that are available. And then Zillow and different portals allow consumers to put their own properties on the market that may be for sale by owner, or it could be somebody listing a house that's not even a real home for sale. I've been multiple times where I've had people coming after me, calling me, texting me, because they want to buy the house that just listed for $130,000 in Anthem. But there's nothing available for $130,000 in Anthem. It's a $330,000 house. And basically that house is already under contract and multiple offers, most likely. But so that happens, so you get some misleading data there. Plus, one of the better examples that I have where it's really confusing about misleading data is the pre-foreclosure properties that Zillow would allow to be posted online. They go into the public data systems, and they basically can tell when a property has already missed a few payments, say, right? And a good example is I have a family I'm working with. They're doing a short sale. They are maybe behind 1 or 2 payments, but they were in a loan modification program, so they were allowed to be behind on those payments. And now they've decided to do a short sale. They're forced into relocation. And we're working with them, and they're really not in that heavy of distress. I mean, the bank's going to work with them. They're going to allow them to short sell the house. But when we started our pre-listing strategy to get the house on the market, we discovered that Zillow's advertising the house as pre-foreclosure. Well, that's misleading information. I mean, most of the buyers that are going to see that are thinking the house is going on the auction block or something, and they get to go and bid on the house, or it's going to come on the MLS as a pre-foreclosure property. But that's not the case. They don't have a notice of default. They are not legally losing their house yet. So none of those things are going to happen, and so that's very misleading information. So those are good examples of why the data is incorrect, okay? The other thing is to understand there's human error, and there's also algorithms that these web portals use to give the values of what the properties are. And Zillow is notoriously off anywhere in double digits from 11% I mean to maybe 20%. And so you can't really rely on that data. You really want to go to a realtor, a professional that knows your area, your community. I'm a native to Las Vegas, so I know every inch of this town, you know, really well, and doing real estate for almost 20 years now. So I can give a reliable, accurate value for a property and be very, you know, convicted in how that is going to work when we put it into a marketing plan for my clients. You can't just rely on the internet. It's good, it's fun to get on there and see all that information. It's easy, it's almost like eye candy, but you need to get to your realtor, your professional, to give you the best information possible.